My name is Ljungar, and I'm head of sustainability at TMF, which is the Swedish Federation of Wooden Furniture Industry. And today I would like to give you a brief introduction to the new construction product regulation, the CPR, and I will highlight some of the most important basics of this regulation. And this definitely will affect how we are working with product passports. But I will give a crash course on the CPR here. And I would like to start with the Green Deal as a starting point, as it provides a foundation for a wide range of policy and legal initiatives from the Commission. And the Commission presented the Green Deal as a roadmap to guide Europe towards a circular and climate neutral economy by 2050. And we have two key pillars in the Green Deal, which are the role of the industry in driving the transition to a clean and circular economy, and the need to build and renovate in ways that are both energy and resource efficient. And now the new construction product regulation, the CPR, is intended to deliver on these ambitions. The new construction product regulation is the EU's regulatory framework for construction products, setting out harmonized rules for how these products can be placed on the internal market. And the main goal is to make sure that construction products can move freely across the internal market, while also providing reliable information about the performance and the environmental impact. And a key part of the regulation is the CE marking, together with the declaration of performance and conformity. So manufacturers, they have to declare the performance and make sure that relevant technical and environmental requirements are met. And the regulation also introduces new requirements for digital information, traceability, and performance linked to sustainability. And in practice, that means that product passport will become an important part of the framework. The regulation entered into force in January 2025 and will be introduced step by step through new harmonized standards. I believe someone is not muted. Right. And to know which products are covered by the regulation, you should refer to Annex 7 in the regulation. There are no fewer than 36 different product groups that are included in the CPR. And for us at TMF, these are examples of product groups that we monitor and that our members manufacture, where doors and windows are among the first product group that will be handled within the regulation. Now, the CPR includes a number of product requirements that are set out in Annex 3. And these include requirements for functioning and performance and also safety. And we have new requirements on environment and sustainability. And these requirements will then be integrated into harmonized technical specifications developed through standardization and, where relevant, through delegated acts. Now, if we take a closer look at the product requirements for functioning and performance, we can see that products must be designed, manufactured, and packed so that their intended purpose is fulfilled and that the declared performance is not impaired. At the same time, safety and environmental requirements must be ensured, while the functionality of the product is maintained. And then when it comes to product safety requirements, products must be safe throughout their entire life cycle, including transportation, installation, use, dismantling, and waste management. And particular attention must be paid to chemical, mechanical, and electrical risks, as well as to preventing risks arising from incorrect installation or use. Now, in Annex 3, we find a long list of new and extensive environmental requirements for products. And this will for sure influence the industry and the design of the products. And the regulation literally says, environment relates to the extraction and manufacturing of the materials, the manufacturing of the product, the transport of materials and products, its maintenance, and its potential to remain as long as possible within a circular economy. Now, we interpret this as upcoming requirements for circular and sustainable design of construction products. And not only do we have environmental product requirements, but we have also new requirements for certain what is called predetermined essential environmental characteristics according to Annex 2 in the regulation. And these must be taken into account in assessments of a product's life cycle when reporting environmental performance. And talking about reporting, in addition to the new product requirements, we will also have new requirements for product passports. All products covered by the CPR must have a product passport. The passport will contain technical information, declaration of performance and conformity, and environmental data. And the passport must be digital and machine readable. The passport must meet requirements according to harmonized standards or, where applicable, future delegated acts. And the passport will form the basis for the CE marking and must demonstrate that legal and technical requirements are met. And the information must be available to authorities, to customers, to installers and retailers. And the passport must be updated in the event of changes in the product, performance, or changes in the legislation. And as I said, within TMF, we work with doors and windows. And if we take a look at the timeline for this particular product group, we can see that the regulation entered into force in 2025. Now in 2026, the Commission has come up with a standardization request, which will initiate the development of harmonized standard, which the Commission hopes to be finalized by 2028. And if needed, the standard will be complemented by a delegated act. The standard will then be implemented over 18 months, followed by binding regulations somewhere around 2029, 2030. Now, in my opinion, this is a very, very optimistic timeline, given that it normally takes at least 4 or 5 years to develop a standard. So very optimistic timeline from the Commission. Anyhow, most likely, the process will be quite similar to other products. And if you're curious and want to know about other products, you can download the working plan from the Commission from their website, where this type of information is available for other products. So I would like to conclude with some words on how the construction product regulation relates to the eco-design for sustainable products regulation, the ESPR. Now, both these regulations, they include requirements for sustainable design and digital product passports. But the ways that requirements are developed are quite different. The ESPR, the eco-design regulation, is a horizontal law that applies in principle to all products placed on the EU market, with some exemptions. But it only becomes applicable once a delegated act has been adopted. The CPR, the Construction Product Regulation, on the other hand, is a sector-specific legislation for construction products. Its requirements are mainly developed through harmonized standards within the framework of technical committees, and only in exceptional cases through delegated acts. So in practice, when the two regulations overlap, the CPR, the Construction Product Regulation, usually overrides the ESPR. And that can we see according to Article 12.2 in the Construction Product Regulation, which says that the CPR will take precedence over the ESPR for construction products. That means the ESPR may complement the CPR, but it must not introduce conflicting requirements. And that is really, really important because we do not want to risk double regulation. And finally, the eco-design regulation will stipulate some basic rules for the administration and handling of the product passports that will be applicable within the construction product regulation. So these two regulations will work in parallel. So with that said, my crash course for the new construction product regulation has come to an end.